Hi and welcome to another gaming video, and in today's video I want to talk about the Switch 2 Lite. Nintendo are either going to call it the Switch 2 Lite or the Switch Lite 2, and I think personally it should be Switch 2 Lite because it's a light version of the Switch 2. So Nintendo have just announced the Switch 2, no mention of a Lite, which of course they're not gonna. They're gonna want as many people to buy the Switch 2 as possible before they announce any other models. And you've got to remember the Nintendo Switch came out in 2017. It wasn't until 2019 that we got the Switch Lite, so that's a 2-year difference. And if the Switch 2 is going to come out in 2025, then it's going to be 2027 before we see a Switch 2 Lite. Just going by the same sort of year range. And I didn't get my Switch till 2023, so that's 6 years into the Switch life, and I went for a Switch Lite. So going by the same sort of range, it's going to be 2031 before I buy a Switch 2 Lite. Now, I love my Switch Lite. I prefer it to a normal size Switch. I prefer the size of it. I like the fact that the Joy-Cons are fixed. I think the Switch Joy-Cons just give that too much of a wiggle. So that's why I went for a Switch Lite, and I am a fan of portable games consoles. It was a natural progression. I didn't jump to this Switch for quite some time because I was a big fan of the DS and the 3DS. More of the DS. But with the 3DS being backward compatible, it was a no-brainer. I could play 3DS games, but I could also keep my DS games. And I didn't jump to the Switch because it was a whole new platform. It would have meant leaving my games behind, and I really was a big fan of DS and 3DS for quite some time. So I didn't want to make that switch and lose everything. But with the Switch 2 being backwards compatible with the Switch, that's going to make it a lot easier for people to transition, and I may jump to a Switch 2 Lite a lot quicker than I did to a Switch Lite. I've got a couple of years, so who knows? Maybe I may even save up enough and buy one on launch day. But what will the Switch 2 Lite be like? So if you look at the Switch Lite, it's smaller than the Switch, and if you've got the Switch 2 being bigger than the current Switch, will the Switch 2 Lite be roughly the same size as the current Switch now? I hope that made sense. I don't think it's going to be as portable and as small and as compact as the current Switch Lite. So the Switch 2 is reportedly going to have Hall effect sticks on its Joy-Cons. This will eliminate the dreaded Joy-Con drift, although personally I've never experienced it. We've got 3 switches and an OLED switch, and I've got my Switch Lite, and none of them have ever had Joy-Con drift, and I don't know anyone personally that has, but it obviously exists. And a lot of people were put off buying a Switch Lite because of the fixed Joy-Cons and because of the dreaded Joy-Con drift. Replacing sticks on a Switch Lite is so much more difficult because they're fixed into the body. They're part of the machine itself. If you've got a full-size Switch and one of your sticks drift, you just swap out the Joy-Con, off, back on, problem solved. But if the Switch 2 Lite also has Hall effect sticks on its Joy-Cons, that's going to eliminate that, and I think that could encourage more people to go down the Lite route for a Switch 2 Lite. But this is all a bit subjective because we don't even know if Nintendo are going to make a Switch 2 Lite. Are they going to be able to cram all this extra power that the Switch 2 is reportedly going to come with? It's going to be 4 times more powerful. It's going to be PS4, PS5 capable. Are they going to be able to make a smaller unit, a more portable version of the Switch 2? We don't know. But the one thing that I do know is that I am not interested in buying a Switch 2. Not because I'm not interested in the platform itself. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a Switch but with more power. It's going to bring more games. It's going to bring more PS4 ports. But I'm not interested in it because I love my Switch Lite a lot. I've got full-size Switches in the house. I don't like the size of them. I don't like the wiggle on the Joy-Cons. I think they just seem a little bit rickety, and I love the portable form factor. So for me, I'm going to be holding out for a Switch 2 Lite, however long that's going to be. It's going to be at least a couple of years before it's released, and who knows when I will pick one up. It all depends on price and well, whether I'm still happy with my Switch Lite. It's a fantastic console, and I will be holding out for a more portable version of a Switch 2. Hopefully it will retain that sort of all-in-one shell form factor, so it's a fully solid, fully portable console. Let me know, are you going to go out and buy a Switch 2? Are you more interested in what Nintendo are going to do with later models? Are you interested in how they're going to take this into a light version? Let me know. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.